Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another stream. I know, it's Saturday. You guys are bored. No one looks forward to England, Ireland watch alongs or games or any of the international crap. You get me? So, we're here to talk Premier League. Hey. I'm leaving the England watch along to LB after me because he's English. So, he has to do it by definition. Me, I'm not English, so I don't have to do it. I did it during the Euros. Southgate is now gone. Alhamdulillah. Trent will be free. But we are here to talk about the English Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about elite title race. Habibis, as you guys know, in the title race, there's no need to be shameless. 3 football clubs: Liverpool Football Club, Manchester City, Arsenal. And before we get started, guys, there is a special guy in the chat, always here showing us love, and it's a special occasion for him. So everyone in the chat, please do wish Joseph a happy birthday. Every single one of you guys in the chat right now, please do wish Joseph a happy birthday. I want to see 190 of you say happy birthday, Joseph, in the chat right here, right now. Happy birthday to you, Joseph. Have a blessed day. I hope you have an incredible year as well. Big up to you, Joseph. Thank you so much. One of the massive supporters of the channel. Big up to you, Joseph. And let me introduce, first of all, making his return to the channel in its newest form. No longer called This Is Football now. He's on the newest edition, you get me? Man like LB is in the building. How are you doing, LB, man?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. Big up to you, big up the chat. Hopefully you guys are all doing well, man. Make sure you guys are smashing up the likes, bringing you this Premier League content, you know what I mean, in the international breaks, bro. And you're not on Twitter anymore, innit? You know what I mean? What a great decision that was, bro, because let me tell you something, yeah. When international break arrives, everybody loses their shit, bro, on Twitter. Everyone. Bro, people not right in it. You know what I mean? When an international break happens, I see so many conversations, so many arguments, so many random shit. Honestly, bro, we need football back rapid in it. But yeah, man,
We
big
do.
up the chat in it.
I don't think you don't enjoy watching international football, right?
No, tournament. A tournament. I like the tournaments.
Yeah, I like. Well, to be fair, yeah, tournaments are
But not this.
Not this. You know, when you're emotionally invested, like my country drew with Kuwait 4 days ago. I was emotionally invested, and again, we kind of bottled it at the end. Like I was emotionally invested in it. But whenever I watch England, I just have such a hatred for England, literally because of how Trent has been treated and nothing else. Honestly, I have no political reasons, nothing like that. It's just because of how Trent's been treated. Because like Cafu comes out and says, if Trent was Brazilian, he'd be like the first name on the team sheet. And now in England, he's got to fight for a spot. And now I see stuff like Harry Maguire is back and all this. I'm like, yo. Yeah, they're
yeah. At least we're freed from Gareth Southgate. That's the one thing I'll say, because that guy was an absolute fraud. And Lee Carsley, obviously, I don't know how good he's going to do, but he will play good football, because he used to manage our academy team, and he was very, very good at the time, very, very good. So I don't know if he's going to do well at England, but he should at least play good attacking football, man. Because literally, you don't want to watch England, bro. Like under Southgate, you actually didn't want to watch it because it was so dead. It was so boring, brev. So yeah, let's see what this new guy's about anyway. But yeah, big up everyone, man. Make sure you guys are smashing up the likes as well, innit?
As you can tell, LB, people are still hating on you from last year. Would you like to address this in full screen, my brother?
Watch this. Essentially, don't gaslight us again, LP, you fraud. Now, what is the goal difference? How have we started the goal difference?
Remember last season, I told you you're the biggest gaslighter on YouTube. I told you last season, this guy came on the channel. Essentially, because of goal difference, you're actually 4 points ahead of us. I'm like, LB, you can make this up in one game. They then went and beat like a team like 4-0 or 5-0 or something. Is insane, but it is what it is. I can't lie, LB did definitely gaslight last season. He definitely gaslighted last season. So
that's what nothing but facts.
Northside is on his way, guys. And I wanted to start with Manchester City anyway. So let's get the party started. Listen, there's 400 people in here. We haven't even started yet. So please hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Northside is on his way. So, LB.
Yeah.
Let's get the boring shit out of the way. Northside is here. You get me? So everyone's favorite fraud is in the background. You get me? He had by far, and I'll say this to LB's face, he had by far the best video when I was doing the new setup thing, you get me? And he's joining me for the first time in my new setup, you get me? So, man like Northside is in the building. Hi, Northside. How you doing, bro?
Big up. Apologies for the lateness.
No worries. Big up to you, my brother. Big up. We love to see you celebrating, is what Nino says. There you are.
What does
There
that
you
even
are.
mean, Brett? What does that even mean?
Celebrating. What are you celebrating? Liverpool goals against Man United.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Like,
respect
bro,
that.
yeah, at one point as well, I have to chill, bro, yeah, because when Salah scored, I think it was who scored? One of you guys scored, yeah, one of the players scored, and I went a little bit too, you know what I mean? I was like a little, I had to, whoa, chill.
You know, I'm not
Because at
even
one
going to do
point,
the City pool thing, but I feel like Liverpool fans respect the shit out of KDB and City fans respect the shit out of Mo Salah. Those are the two, like, that you'll always have respectful conversations about. Always. I've never heard the City fans say negative shit about Mo. And it's very rare that a Liverpool fan says negative shit about KDB. Like, those are the two players that everyone just respects, you know?
yeah, plus they're pensioners now, innit? You can't really be cooking these guys, man.
Yes. You know, I snuck into a Chelsea stream. Chelsea fans usually they're shitting on Salah all the time. I snuck into a Chelsea stream, and then the Chelsea guys were like, "Man, this guy, we just have to respect him at this point." I'm like, "Yes, finally, finally, after 8 years, you frauds." But yeah. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Chelsea. That club is in the mud right there. So we'll start off with Man City, LB, and then we'll get to Arsenal. So I do want to talk about Man City first. So talk to me about your start to the season so far, even if you want to include your transfer window, whatever it is. Let's just get the party started on Man City.
Do you want my genuine, honest opinion? Yeah, my honest
Yes.
opinion. I think we're gonna walk the league.
There you are.
Nah, for real. I genuinely think that we could win this league by like 10 points this year. I've been deadly serious. I look at you two, yeah, and I don't think you've done enough business. I mean, you hardly did any business, Hussam. Yeah, you hardly did any business in it. So I genuinely look at our business, man. So bringing in Savinho and Gundogan, yeah, I mean, top business. Added to the best squad out of the three anyway. We already had the best team. We already had the best manager, the best squad, and now we've added to it. And then I look at Arsenal's transfer window, trash in my opinion. I can't lie. I'm just gonna say how it is. Said at the time, I thought it was trash. Liverpool didn't even have a transfer window. I mean, so like for me, I look at it and say, I genuinely think we're gonna win the league, and I think we might walk it. I think we might, honestly, man. I think we might walk it. Listen, will we? Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But my honest opinion is, if you want me to predict now, I think City could win it by like 10 points, bro. Like, obviously, you know what I mean? Like, the standard caveats, injuries and all that kind of shit. But I just look at my squad. I look at my team. I look at Haaland. And I look at Arsenal, the business. Look at your lack of business, new manager. At some point, you'll probably go through a rough patch in it, in my opinion, because it's the first season with a new manager. That likely will happen. And I just think we're going to probably win the league again, man. So, yeah, very confident. I'm more confident now than I was last year. That's the truth. Because last year, we'd lost Gundogan, we lost Mahrez. And obviously, Arsenal just spent 100 mil on Rice. You know what I mean? So, obviously, I was sitting there going, right, these guys are serious. But yeah, man, like, it's just my opinion,
about
isn't it?
your sales, the fact that you sold Alvarez, you know, and obviously not replaced him because he was an option.
That's probably our biggest, that's probably our biggest vulnerability. Yeah, if Haaland gets injured, then we have to go to false nine. But we've won the league with a false nine. So it's not like if he gets injured, I'm going to be like, yeah, obviously I'm going to be gutted if he gets injured because look at what he's doing. But it's not like we've not done it before. We won a league with a false nine. So that's probably our biggest vulnerability, if we're being honest, yeah, is if Haaland gets injured. But bro, I just think that if we can keep the majority of our team like fit, I just think that we're gonna win the league, man. And listen, call what you want, call it arrogance, whatever. I don't think it's arrogance. I just think I'm just basing off the facts that are in front of me. And the facts that I just think we're miles better than used to at the moment. And at the end of the day, whose fault is that? It's not my club's fault. Yeah, is it my club's fault that Liverpool only signed Chiesa? Is it my club's fault that Arsenal went out there and signed Calafiori, Marino, and who else you signed? What's the third guy?
Sterling.
Oh, Sterling. Yeah, at the end of the day, like, bro, I just think your teams ain't done shit, bro.
And I think Lewis, if you think Chelsea will win the league, I'll send you the link right now. You know, instead of you waffling in the chat talking about we need the Chelsea rep. You're such a fraud. This guy's the biggest fraud on this planet, honestly. I said we need the Chelsea rep. If you actually genuinely believe you're gonna challenge for the league, I'll send you the link right now. But I know you're gonna chicken out, you fucking fraud. So Northside, what do you make of City before I say what I think?
I think Savio is an absolute baller. I'm really impressed with Savio. I know Lee was talking about Savio, and I was a bit like, I'll wait to make up my own mind on a player when I see them. The same way with Arsenal have got Timber and Calafiori. I'm going to give them a couple of games. I want to see them because I weren't watching them in their previous clubs. But I think City, like LB's completely correct. They're already favourites before getting Gundo and Savio. And let's not, I mean, Gundo, at the end of the season before he left, he was clutch for them to win the treble. So this guy knows what it takes to get over the line. This guy's a leader in his performances and the way that he conducts himself. This guy knows exactly how the manager wants to play. And for me, for a long time, I thought he was their best player. I was shocked when he left City. I'll be real, I was shocked. I was like, why does he want to leave? Maybe he wanted a new challenge. Sometimes players want a new challenge, but he's come back. And I rate Gundo, man. I rate him mad highly, man. And I don't think he gets spoken about in the same way that KDB gets spoken about. Because I think for a couple of years, Gundo was their best player, in my opinion. But I think he's an absolute baller, bro. And then Savio on the wing, I feel like he's already up there, top 5 best wingers in this league. His composure. The first game I saw of him this season is composure, the way he takes on players, his decision making. We talk about Lamine Yamal and we praise him for his decision making and the way he reads the game. The same with Cole Palmer, bro. This guy is serious, bro. Serious. For me, he's already my favorite winger at Man City. When you see ballers here and you can see the way that he's just a techie baller, bro. And he doesn't even look like he runs around 100 miles an hour like Doku. He's somebody that he just reads the game, does the simple things, but does it really, really well. His crossing's great, his passing's great, his movement's great, the way he takes on players is great. Bro, I really rate that guy, you know. I was like, bro, I can't lie. I really like that Savio kid. And the rest of the team, they already know what it's about. Rico Lewis, for me, just keeps elevating, keeps playing well. I really like that kid as well. Man City,
I'm
bro.
so glad you mentioned Rico Lewis because he's the one that deserves so much flowers in the first 3 games as well. Rico Lewis, he's been cooking. Rico Lewis has definitely been cooking 100%.
He's a player, man.
He
has been cooking.
You know what? Yeah, if I was that shape, if I wasn't like loyal like that, I would support City. Do you know why? Because I'm tired of this crap. You know what I'm saying? But City, I'm gonna keep it on City, not on Arsenal. I think City, bro, like Haaland, I think it was in preseason. I saw he scored a hat trick. I was like, yo, this guy's looking serious. Yeah, he looked, and he's just continued that form into the season, and he's looking dangerous, man. The guy is he's looking clutch. You know what I mean? And bro, they're gonna win it. I think everything Lewis said, he has the right to have that kind of chest. Man United used to have that chest when they were dominating the league. When you dominate the league, you have the right to have that kind of chest because his team is giving him the reason to have that kind of chest. And when he's talking about, oh, if Haaland gets injured, no problem. Why? Because his manager's already won without a traditional striker before. So he has valid reason and evidence to believe that even if Haaland isn't available for the whole season, they're still going to win the league. But
I disagree with that.
I think
you think they could win the league without Haaland?
Yeah, they can.
We've already won the league without Haaland. We've already won the league with a false 9, though. So why can't we win it again with a false 9?
It's completely different conditions right now.
Why is that?
Completely different conditions. I think Man City are very strong, yes. I don't necessarily disagree with a lot of what Northside is saying. Look, me personally, I think Arsenal are going to win the league. But I'll say why when we get to the Arsenal section.
Sam, did they have him firing all season last season? They didn't, did they? He fired for the first half of the season, and then when he went missing, they still got over the line, even with a Haaland that wasn't firing.
However, when Haaland wasn't firing or wasn't playing, there was Alvarez. Their problem is they haven't gotten a second striker. So essentially what's going to happen is if Haaland gets injured, obviously LB probably knows his team more than I do, but I would assume that maybe they'd go KDB false 9 again, or they'd go like someone like that, you know, whatever it is. Obviously Pep will try to find a solution. I'm not saying they're going to lose every game, but I think on a Haaland injury, I genuinely don't believe that they can win the league because Alvarez isn't there. You see, if Alvarez was there,
okay, so how long does Haaland have to be injured for before you think we don't
cost you the league? You mean?
Yeah. At what threshold?
I'd say a month. I'd say a month.
A month.
5-6 games. Yeah, 5-6 games. You're not going to lose all of them, but you'd lose like maybe 2, draw 1, something like this. Look at it. Listen, Haaland. Here's the thing. I believe, and this is my opinion, and you guys, you know, obviously we're here to debate and talk. I don't think Doku and Grealish are as effective or as important on a football pitch without Haaland's existence. Because the fact that he is their target man, he's the one that's their focal point, they have to create for him all the time. That's why Haaland is one of the best, if not the best striker in the world. Like that for me, we cannot say someone in one breath should be nominated for Ballon d'Or and is amazing and is incredible. But if he misses from the team, it's okay. Nothing will happen. Like I can't say, yo, Mo Salah is one of the best players of all time, but if he misses from Liverpool, we're good. No, if he goes missing for a month, we're fucking fighting top 4. So like, you know, your fall off levels are different though, because City are objectively better than Liverpool. So your fall off level is not, it's not going to be a fall off. It's going to be like a trip off, you know, like trip a little bit.
Well,
maybe if you trip,
okay. Here's the thing, yeah. I don't agree with what you just said personally. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll win the league if he's injured or not. However, if there is any vulnerability in this side, that is the vulnerability, right? I think we all agree on that now. Like, because there's no real vulnerability anywhere else. Yeah, not that we can identify at this moment in time. So that is the only vulnerability. That's why I personally, if I was City, I would have just gone and got a backup striker. Didn't have to be mint, just someone that could, you know what I mean, just chip in now and again. Personally. So, but like I say, I still don't think that would. I still think we'd be all right with him in the team or with him out the team. You can stick Gundogan up there. He's played false 9, Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Savio's going to add goals and assists from the wing. You know, so I think we'll be fine personally. But that's the only vulnerability of this team. If Haaland gets injured, how do we perform without him in the side?
Northside, what do you say?
No, I hear it. They definitely do have options to play the false 9. Does it make it harder? A little bit harder? Yes, of course, because obviously it's a lot easier when you got Haaland in there taking most of his chances. But I think they'll be all right, Hassan, man. And they've got a manager that no matter what happens, bro, he always finds a solution. This guy always finds a solution. Do you know what I mean? When he was playing centre backs as fullbacks, people judged it. When he was playing inverted left back, people were judging it. When he was playing with no striker, people judged it. This guy, bro, Pep is just so good at adapting to any situation that hits his team. No matter what happens, players out of form, no matter what, he always finds a way. So, and we've seen this over 5-6 years. So this is why it's hard to count them out, because no matter what happens, he always finds a way. So I believe he'll just find a way, bro. I reckon he'll just find a way, and they'll still get through. And I still see the rest of the teams like Liverpool not going out there upgrading on Robertson, not going out there getting another DM. Certain signings they should have got, maybe another centre back. Gonna drop.
Bro, they ain't done shit, bro.
They're gonna drop.
I will talk about that when we get to the Liverpool section, but I think we're the weakest out of the 3.
You're going to drop points, but Arsenal will drop points because we have no clinical goal scorer. So we're going to drop points, which makes it easier for them, even if Haaland's out.
Is it fair to say that this title race could rest on fitness and injury levels this season?
Well, for you, 100%. Because I think we all agree you've got the worst squad here.
Yes.
In terms of depth. Yeah. So
agree.
for you, like I said this, yeah, if Salah gets injured, like we just had that conversation on Haaland. If Salah gets injured, bro, you are then out the equation.
If Salah gets injured, it's curtains.
You just put me and Northside on the show and you just remove yourself.
Yeah, I just leave. I go like, guys, talk about the title race.
Yeah, nah, for real, man. That's the truth, though, isn't it? Like, I agree. Similarly, actually, with Arsenal, I think if Saka, in my opinion, obviously we don't know how Sterling's going to do. He might be all right. That we'll have to wait and see. But at this moment in time, if Saka gets injured for them, bro, like he's just at the moment putting up these numbers. Even when he doesn't play well, he's getting numbers. You get me? Again, Odegaard as well. I said in the summer you should have got a creative midfielder. No depth, man. So I think we've got these. We have a lot of players, right, who are versatile. Yeah, if you look,
your only problem truly is Haaland injured. That's it. That's the true
100%.
problem.
100%, yeah. But like
and that's only because Alvarez left. If Alvarez stayed, this wouldn't even be a conversation.
No, exactly. But like, you get me. Yeah, we've got like Foden, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, right? They can all play like everywhere, bro. They can play left 8, right 8.
You would beat like let's say bottom 10 teams, you'd probably beat. But if you come up against a Brighton, Brentford, obviously any of our clubs, or like a bigger club, even a Chelsea, something like that, you would struggle without a Haaland. That is a fair comment, I think.
Maybe, yeah. I would rather have Haaland on the pitch. That's for sure. Like I say, lads, to be honest with you, I'd be very surprised if City didn't win the league this year. But like, barring major injuries, I'd be very surprised if we don't win it.
Do you think you guys will go out for a striker in Jan? I mean, you went and got Alvarez from what, River Plate?
Yeah, I don't think so, bro. I think they'll leave it, man. You know, maybe if Haaland gets injured before the January transfer window, and it's not looking good, then they might act. But no, I think they're chill. I think we kind of know that Pep will just use someone in that false nine role who can do a job. Like, we don't need to be battering teams, just to win the game, innit? You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
Okay. Let me do a couple of these super chats before we head to Arsenal, and then we'll talk about Liverpool at the end. Big up, Habibi Northside. I hope you are enjoying Bart Simpson wearing number 17. If not, then you deserve the kaf مع الشبشب. Kaf مع الشبشب is basically the slipper. Slap with the slipper. Also, LB, you are winning everything. Bart Simpson is Zinchenko. It is Zinchenko.
Yeah, Zinchenko, yeah.
Zinchenko. I bet you love Zinchenko, right, Northside?
Want to get rid of him.
I was so shocked that you didn't sell him this summer. I thought this would be the summer that he'd go, to be honest with you. Maybe there is no club interested in him, to be fair, but it is what it is. Big up to you, Zier. Shukran, Habibi. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Zier Talks as well. Help the guy get to 200, 300 subscribers ASAP. City walking the league, indeed, in my opinion. Just watch, is what Toka says. Listen, I don't think so personally. I'll explain why in the next section. But time will tell. You could be right. I mean, could be right. Centurion season possible again. What do you think, Helby? Possible?
That's tough, man. That's tough. You know what I mean? That's extremely difficult. 100 points, bro. I mean, like, even Liverpool, like, in their pomp only got 99. Like, do you know what I mean? It's how many games did we win that year? We won 32, and we only dropped points in 6 games. It's just unlikely, isn't it?
Anfield drop points. Emirates.
Well, exactly. Anfield. Well, I don't know about Emirates. We'll see, innit? That's not guaranteed. But Liverpool will definitely drop points. Newcastle away is now an extremely difficult place to go play football. So that's 2.
Crystal Palace historically is your bogey team.
Yeah, Crystal Palace, man. So listen, I don't know, man. That's
Southampton is another bogey team for some reason as well.
Yeah, nah, for real, man. 100 points. I don't know. I'm not going to go that far because that's tough.
Yeah,
that's seriously tough. That is crazy.
Big up to Calixter, who says City Pool is making a comeback this season. You know, one thing I'll say, there are certain City fans who just absolutely despise me, and I understand why. Listen, I know why I am public enemy in the City stratosphere. It's fine. I'll hold that, to get me. But you see this Calixter, she has by far the funniest energy when it comes to Man City, because she will defend her club like no other in the chat. Like, she'll ride out for any of Hamza's shit opinions. She'll just defend everything Man City. I love the energy that she comes with, like very tribal and shit. And this is what football is all about. I love the tribalism. Big up to you,
man.
Calixter.
It is. You know what it is, though? People try and get rid of this tribalism and all this banter shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
fuck that.
Weird, isn't it? Do you get me? Shamelessness is like top tier, man. I love it when someone's shameless.
Hussam, this season we, LFC, can't win the Premier League, but the Champions League we defo can. I don't think anyone would want to throw us over 2 legs. Cups, we will see. Here's the thing, anime fanatic. Champions League is a completely different animal. I agree with you. And Liverpool Football Club have done well in the Champions League even when we had shit teams. I went to a Champions League final with Peter Crouch, Dirk Kuyt, Steve Finnan, you get me, Pepe Reina. So I can definitely go to a Champions League final again. Our only problem, my brother, is facing Real Madrid. That's our only fucking problem. Give me any other team and we will compete. You get me? Even Man City wouldn't want to draw us in the Champions League.
I agree with this. I agree with this 100%. I think Liverpool this year, because of your lack of reinforcements, the lack of a real squad, you're more built for cup competitions than Champions League.
Yeah, fact.
Because the Premier League's a marathon, man. You can't have too many off days in the Premier League. Champions League, can you get yourself up for 1 game, 2 games? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I agree with that 100%.
I think we're 3rd favorite in the UCL or 4th.
Why? Who's top 4?
Madrid, Man City. 3rd and 4th.
I think, you know what? Can I say? I think City are above Madrid this year.
No, that's fine. I'm saying like Madrid, City, Madrid, whatever.
Okay.
And then 3rd and 4th is us and Bayern, in my opinion.
Bayern? Fair? Have you watched them under Vincent Kompany yet?
Yes, they've been okay. But it might take a bit of time, to be fair.
No, that's fair. The only thing for me is with you, yeah, is that like we just don't know what slot's going to be like, innit?
Yeah,
like early days. Like, it looks all right. Don't get me wrong. Like, so far so good, but you know, we just don't know. We have no evidence. But I agree, like in principle, with the players that you've got on the pitch, you're certainly in the top 5, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. I almost don't want to win the league. Our board can't get away with this kind of window without repercussions. Sterling is the big signing. Disgrace is what Twinny says. And then and stay put for a second, because this is just the lovely civil war that's happening in the Arsenal fan base. Next comment. City won't win the league this season. Arsenal will. Just directly. An Arsenal fan completely contradicting what Twinny says. And I love it. Faisal and Twinny civil war in the chat. You get me? So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And speaking of Arsenal, this is the perfect segue to get to Arsenal. But we've been talking about Haaland for 28 minutes and you guys aren't clinical, because there's 740 people in the chat and we aren't even at 200 likes yet. Forget Haaland. You're all moving like Darwin Núñez. Do you all want to be a bunch of Darwin Núñez in the chat? No, you don't. So hit the like button. You bunch of Núñezes. You bunch of Nketiahs. Who's a shit striker? You bunch of Benjanis. Every single one of you right now, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. LB and Northside's channel is in the description as well. Go subscribe to it's LB. Go subscribe to Northside LDN. You see me in both their chats as well regularly. So hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Northside, perfect segue. You get me? Arsenal Football Club. What do you make of your chances this season? What do you make of your situation this season, your window, whatever it is you want to go with in terms of your club?
Nothing's changed. We won't win the league. Nothing's changed. It's the same old issues that haven't been addressed. What do you want me to say on this club about this club I have not said before, bro? LB is completely 100% correct. I called this in the transfer window. Who is going to play when Odegaard is out of form or if he gets injured? Yeah, he wasn't the only one that was rubbish against Brighton, but they were gassing up this Nwari boy. Yeah, that is a young player. But why didn't he come on the pitch? Why didn't he come on the pitch? Because we're drawing the game and this manager's bringing on Calafiori, a defender, to win the game. There's multiple things wrong with Arsenal as to why we're not going to win the league, bro. And Arsenal fans, as always, every single year, we ignore what I'm saying, ignore what Lee's saying, ignore what anybody else that calls out this club and says we haven't done enough, and will keep calling us negative until the end of the season. Then they'll go quiet. I'm used to this by now. I'm used to this. You know what I'm saying? And Nwari was gassed up that this guy's going to be a baller. We're going to watch him play. The club put out that he's going to get more minutes. I think the Brighton game was a perfect game to bring him on. He couldn't have done any worse than Odegaard. Odegaard was trash. Lewis Skelly, why didn't he join the game? Matoma was absolutely cooking Ben White. Every time they were getting chances created, it was coming from Ben White's side through Matoma. Why not bring him on? Timber didn't even look that great. So, listen, I don't understand. Thomas Partey and Declan Rice have been trash in the last 2 games. Rodgers absolutely cooked the both of them against Aston Villa. And Rice was just stupid. And Arsenal fans always, they love an excuse. You know, the referee has to do his job. Okay, the referee has to do his job, yeah? Does the manager not have to do his job? Does the sporting director not have to do his job? Do the players not have to do their job? Because I don't see the same level of accountability that they put on referees to the people that are actually employed by my football club. I'm not sitting here saying that the referees are amazing, but let's not get it twisted. We already know that referees are rubbish. We all get managed by crap referees. It's not just an Arsenal thing. But we were rubbish before we got down to 10 men anyway. We were rubbish. And at the end of the day, everyone was briefed at the start of the season as to time wasting and different things that you do on the pitch that could lead to getting booked. Declan Rice, you're in a yellow. When you're in a yellow, your captain, Odegaard, and the rest of the players should be saying, don't do anything stupid. Just don't get involved. Don't even give the referee a decision to make. Why are you kicking away the ball? Yeah. And let's keep it real. When he kicked away the ball, it was near their half. So it wasn't even in a dangerous area where, you know, you, LB, or yourself could tell me, Northside maybe just, you know, wanted to get everybody back into position. It was in their half. So everybody's already behind the ball. There was no need. It wasn't even in a dangerous area. They were probably most likely going to hoof it and we would have headed it away and continued to play. So why do we put ourselves in that situation? But you see, that level of accountability doesn't exist at my football club. It's the referee. Mm-hmm. Is it the referee's fault that we missed 6 opportunities in front of goal to score? Because we had 6 opportunities to score in front of goal and we weren't clinical enough. And we would have won that game and nobody would have been talking about going down to 10 men.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Arsenal fans have selective accountability, bro. When it's anybody that works for this football club, we just give them, it's just a free hit. Anybody can do what they want. When it's referees, pundits, YouTubers, you have to do your job. You're being like this, you're being like that, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's this, it's that. Why is there not the same accountability for the people that actually are paid by this football club? When you look on our bench, it's a joke, bro. It's a joke. Yeah. On our bench, we got Zinchenko, Kivior, Martinelli that's out of form, Calafiori, Jorginho that will not string together more than 2 or 3 good performances at once, Lewis Skelly, and then Wari that inexperienced, and Setford that's inexperienced. You're telling me after 5 years, an £800 million spend that I should be having chest. I should be convinced. You that bench I've just called out, and yeah, people say, oh, but we got Sterling coming in. Okay, so we got another system player. We don't need another system player. We now need players to get us over the line. Liverpool had Mane being clutch, Salah being clutch, Firmino turning up. If he's not clutch, he passes the ball and makes the right decision to get them over the line. Man City having KDB clutch. Foden is shown to be clutch last season. They had Aguero before. They had Tevez before. Every winning team has clutch players. Who's our clutch players when things go sideways? Who's our clutch players when we get into the latter stages in cup competitions? We didn't have any last season, and we still got the same bunch this season. So why should I have chest? Based on what? On hope? Because our defense is better. Our defense is better. One pass.
Well, you know what? Northside, yeah. Sorry, bro.
No, go on.
You know, a lot of the time when I hear Arsenal fans, when they talk about why they can win the league, like, not all of them, but most of the time they speak, it's always, I think City are going to be weaker this year, or I think City are going to be tired this year. It's never like, oh yeah, like our signings were mint, you know what I mean? And we're going to increase again. Like, we're going to go, it's all, whenever I hear Arsenal fans talking about why they can win the league, 90% of the time, they give a reason. They don't say why Arsenal are going to win the league. They say why City are not going to win the league. Do you get me? You know what I mean? I'm looking at your transfer business, bro. This is the thing with Arsenal, man. I think you got something in your DNA, yeah, that doesn't allow you to fully push for it. Because last year, you went out there and got Rice, right? And I was like, oh, damn, they're actually like they're here to stay. And then you didn't quite do enough that window. I felt like you needed another 1 or maybe 2. And then this transfer window this year, you got really close last year. You know what I mean? If you would have won that game versus Aston Villa, you would have won the league. Are you going to go again? Are you going to, make signings that are going to be scarier? And again, you just don't do it. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why your club doesn't go out there and make those signings, yeah, that are like scare me, scare Hossam, scare all the City fans and Liverpool fans, because we're like, oh, damn. And like, you kind of did that a little bit last year with the signing of Rice, although it wasn't enough. And then this year, it's just like you've just gone back to the old, same old of just signing these
but
players.
LB, why would they, LB, yeah? We got Havertz that nobody wanted before we signed him, but the fan base will justify it and back it till the cows come home. Then we get the bare minimum in Sterling, and the fan base come out and says, oh, that's all we could get. Well, hold on. I was calling for us to go and get those big players.
What did they mean, though, bro? What did they mean that's all you could get? What does that actually mean? Like, you've got all this money, yeah, you're one of the richest clubs in the world, you get some of the biggest match day revenues out of any club in world football, you're in the Champions League, so you got the Champions League money. What are you on about when you say that? Because
in a transfer window, bro, yeah, I was calling up for signings. This club said, wait till the Copa America and the Euros is finished, and then we're going to get those signings over the line. We didn't. And people are talking about, oh, Arsenal are going to win the league because of our defensive record. But they were barking up about our defensive record last season, and it wasn't enough to get over the line. Yeah, because you can have the best defensive record, yeah, and not concede every game. But if you don't score the goals necessary, guess what? You're dropping points. You ain't winning the league. So you can't keep talking about defensive record like that's going to get you over the line. Yes, it's important, but so is your attack. So is your attack. If you don't score no goals, well, guess what? You ain't getting the 3 points. And people keep saying, oh, you got to get 90 plus points against City. Well, then you need to be winning games. And who is our match winners? Who is our match winners when the chips are down? Who's our match winners? Who's the person that takes the game by the scruff of the neck and says, you know what, this game is mine. I'm turning up. I'm getting us through the game. Yeah. And people talk about it for 80% of the season, but I'm talking about that last 20, because when you want to improve, you look at where you're coming up short. You don't talk about just your strength. You talk about where you're coming up short. And that's how you improve. We're going out and getting defenders. Yes, I did want defenders because I felt like we were short in numbers in terms of quality. I'm still going to see about Calafiori and Timber. I'm not just going to say they're rubbish because I've not seen enough of them. Fair enough. But it was just as important to get a central midfielder because we got Declan Rice. After that, we got Jorginho. Nobody trusts Jorginho, which is why that Rice is out of the North London derby. You're seeing the real feelings about, oh, Rice is going to miss the game. But if you believed in Jorginho the way you told me, why are you panicking? Why are you panicking if you backed him? Then you look at Odegaard. The level from Odegaard to Nwari is night and day. Why have we not strengthened that? Then you look at Saka to Sterling. It's a major drop-off, bro. It's a major drop-off in terms of where Sterling is right now in his career.
Yeah. Right now. This is the thing with the Sterling thing, yeah. Like, it's the same as Havertz, isn't it? Let's be honest. This is exactly the same signing as Havertz. Like, it's a gamble. It's a risk. It could pay off. And if it pays off, fair play. But if you get the Sterling that Sterling's been for the last couple of years, and everyone's going to be like, what are you doing? Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, you have money to spend and you've not spent that money. And that, for me, is shockingly bad because you're so close. You are so close to winning this league. You are so close to seriously competing in the Champions League. You're not a million miles away. You're 2-3 top-class players, yeah? And when as a rival, I just look at you and I'm like, part of me is now thinking to myself, is the reason my club only spent £25 million this summer because they look at your two clubs and you're not spending money, you're not improving that much in the window? Would my club have reacted? Say Northside, you went out there and signed a 60, 70 million pound winger, yeah? Liverpool buy a DM, a couple defenders or whatever, and they spend 150 mil. Part of me thinking, would my club just sit there on 25 mil spend? Maybe not. I mean, maybe they would, maybe they're not. I don't know. But I just look at it and you see the quote from Jose Mourinho last year, yeah, when he says he was asked about Pep Guardiola, and he said, didn't he? He said, I think Pep Guardiola's sitting there laughing. He said that's because he looks at the other two teams in this league and he's just laughing, and that's what Jose Mourinho said, and I think he's probably true.
I'd love to like, you get me. I'm gonna say my opinion, which is completely different to both of you guys' opinion. I'm not gonna join in on the fuck Arsenal party. I'll tell you why.
Okay, good, because we need a positive.
Yes, I'll tell you why I think Arsenal are winning the league. Honestly, first of all, big up to the 900 people in the chat, guys. Like the video, subscribe. Go subscribe to both these guys' channels. I want to see Northside gain subscribers. I want to see LB gain subscribers. Subscribe to all of them as well. So, I'll tell you why Arsenal are gonna win the league. And I'm not going to mention City or injuries or any of that type of stuff. Everything that you guys are saying holds validity. And nothing that you're saying is factually incorrect. However, I'll come with the opposite side of the argument, which is also factual. Arsenal last season had the strongest defense in the league. Facts. Not any of us' opinions, numbers. They had the strongest defense in the league, specifically given the last 6 months of last season as well, how they performed defensively from a defensive perspective. With Arsenal's transfer window, 100% Arsenal should have signed a forward. I'll shake both of your hands right now and say you are both correct. Arsenal should have signed a forward. However, I'll tell you how I think Arsenal can win the league. I think Arsenal can win the league genuinely, no agenda, no bullshit, because of how defensively solid they are. I'm being dead serious right now. The fact that you've got Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, Tomiyasu, Kivior, Calafiori, Jurian Timber as your defensive options. David Raya, as we've seen in the first 3 games, regardless, listen, obviously the draw against Brighton at home is a bad result, 100%. But no one can fault Raya, in my opinion. First 3 games, he's been magnificent and he's showing improvements. I think people keep talking about Arteta copying Pep. Arteta ain't copying Pep at all. Arteta's copying Simeone in my eyes. When I'm looking at what Arteta's doing, he's going all out defense, all out park the bus, all out defend for your life. And at the end of the day, there are 3 managers who beat Pep Guardiola to a league title. Mourinho, Klopp, and Antonio Conte. I'm going to push Antonio Conte to the side for one reason, for the fact that Pep wasn't yet ready. That was the team with Kolarov and shit like this, so he didn't even like really sign anyone or anything. So he was just pushing them to the side. With the other 2, they had their own styles. Meaning, you're not gonna out football Pep. You ain't gonna play sexy football and beat Pep at sexy football when he's the king of sexy football. He's the king of possession and all that shit. I think Arsenal are parking the bus. I think Arsenal are doing the complete opposite. Arsenal are playing complete defensive football. And even in that game against Brighton, I think, first of all, I completely agree with what Northside said. And people who say, Hussam, you think Arsenal going to win the league, you twerk for Arsenal. I never twerk for anyone. I did a video that actually Arsenal fans didn't like when I said Rice cost Arsenal the game. Because you have no reason to kick the ball out. Fuck all this referees are crap stuff. Okay, we get it. Referees are shit. And what? And what? There is no need for Declan Rice on a yellow card to do that to the football. Because objectively speaking, no agenda, no bias. When Arsenal were 1-0 up, I was like, yeah, long day, Arsenal are winning this game. Like Brighton didn't do shit in that game. And then Rice goes and does that dumbass mistake and he cost Arsenal the 3 points. However, even then, Arsenal still had chances to win the game. Now, I know Northside doesn't really like Havertz and shit like this, but there were players in that game who performed significantly worse than Havertz. Saka, a chance right in front of goal. Right in front of goal. He was fucking crap in that chance. Odegaard as well. Massive stinker. I see Lee in the chat. Lee 100% right about Odegaard in that game. Odegaard was dreadful. So I completely understand what you're saying in terms of depth and shit like this. Now, the question happens in reverses. This is the question that I throw to you, Norsad, and you as well, LB. If, and listen, we have to base our conversation based on if, because this is all theory. It's fucking September. It's not March at this point. So we have to. If, in my honest opinion, Rice didn't get sent off, I think Arsenal win the game. Arsenal keep a clean sheet. Can I base my judgment based off of Rice fucking up a moment? I can't. So I still look at them as the strongest defense in the league. With Moreno, he's not the best on the ball. He isn't. But he's a tank. I watched Sociedad against Inter Milan in the Champions League. Go watch that game. Go watch that 90 minutes in this international break. Sociedad versus Inter Milan. Moreno played like a fucking tank in that game. He's not the best on the ball, but this once again shows that Arteta's not doing possession football. Arteta's not doing pass. Arteta's not doing any of this shit. Arteta wants to park the bus. It's so fucking obvious because of these signings. Center back playing left back. Center back playing right back. You've got Rice, who's a defensive DM, and then you've got Moreno.
But Sam, is that not counterintuitive though? Is that not counterintuitive? Because
not
at the end
all,
of the,
because
no, because
after LB goes, I'll go. Go on, LB.
Yeah, because we've just spent 10 minutes, 15 minutes speaking about how Arsenal missed all these chances and they don't have a killer in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're telling me that he's now going to go defensive. Surely, if you have players that are wasteful in front of goal, you actually need to go sort of all-out attack because you need to create more chances for these players because you need to create more chances for them to take the goals because they're wasteful in front of goal. If you see more chances. Yeah, but Arsenal have a good defense. And if I'm not saying go out attack like all guns blazing from the off. I'm just saying if you're telling me, right, that they've got all these players that are wasteful, you're telling me that Arteta's then going to create less chances by being more rigid and more solid at the back. Is that not like a dumb thing to do? Surely, if you've got wasteful players, you need to be thinking, right, well, first of all, probably should have signed a striker who's clinical. But if we don't do that, I need to create a system which creates more chances because these bozos are going to miss all the chances in front of net, just like they did in the first half against Brighton. Arsenal should have been 3 or 4-0 up at half time.
But LB, why do we keep doing that? This manager doesn't address what needs to be addressed and then has to do something to account for our weaknesses. Because you're not improving. You're not improving. That's why we have to always account for your F-ups. You either play defensively because you haven't got a clinical striker, or you go out all guns blazing because you got a bunch of players, and I fully agree, that need a bunch of chances to score because none of them are exceptional, world-class finishers in front of goal.
So you have to go
like fighting your nose to take off your face. There's two reasons, Hassan, why I completely disagree with what you said about Arsenal winning the league. And these are the two. To win the league, you have to have preparation, the squad. When you look at that bench, there's no one coming off that bench that's going to offer anything different stylistically. There's nobody that's going to be clutch when you need it. There's no one that's going to come on the pitch and give you that creativity once Odegaard is dropping a stinker off the bench. There's no one on there that comes and grabs the game by the scruff of the neck. And Trossard should be starting because of last season and his form going into this season. Martinelli is on the decline in terms of his form, the way he's playing. So he doesn't even count as an impactful player right now. And even his stocks are low because he's supposed to be up there with Saka and he's trailing him. And he's been trailing him. Yeah. Then you look at the rest of the bench. You've got a Jorginho over the hill. You've got a bunch of kids that have no experience, to save you. You've got Martinelli out of form, and you've got a bunch of defenders. And you've got a Zinchenko that can't do the job that you want him to do, that should have been sold. That bench is not good enough to get us over the line. We are still relying extremely heavily on the team. Yeah. Second of all, a manager is extremely important to a team's success. What kind of decisions does your manager do in knockout football? How does he
Who's
set the
my
tone?
manager? I don't support Arsenal nor
No.
City.
No.
I,
We're gonna
I,
get into it.
I
We're
can
gonna get
think
into
that Arsenal win the league.
it.
I
No,
can
but
think that.
listen to this. Yeah, this manager's been here long enough. We are drawing a game that we should be winning. This manager decides. This manager decides to bring in Calafiori instead of putting on Nwari. And if Nwari is not good enough, why didn't you go out there and get a number 10 that you would trust in a situation like that? Because you as a manager are not prepared. Stylistically, you're not prepared. You don't know how to make the right decisions. We've seen you in cup competitions, Carabao, FA Cup, Champions League, and the Premier League. When it's crunch time, you make the wrong decisions, the wrong substitutions at the wrong time. You don't hold every player accountable the same you do others. If Trossard has one bad game, bench. If Saka's having a bad game, stay on. If Odegaard's having a bad game, stay on, or you'll be in the next extra.
I noticed that as well.
That is a managerial issue.
But don't you
This
think
guy
he
is
would
not a
keep
tactician
Saka in the
bro.
game, even if he's playing like shit? Because he could score a goal. He could win you a game. He's efficient.
That's fair.
But what happened to accountability though? Because at the end of the day, yes, Saka more times is going to put up the stats, but at the same time, yeah, you're not accounting for. Hold on, maybe you get better out of a player if you give them competition. Because before this fan base used to be against competition. Oh, why are you going to get another winger? Because it's going to stunt Martinelli's growth. Well, guess what? Nobody cared when Martinelli fell off a cliff last season and we had Trossard. And Trossard started performing. You have to prepare for the worst. And Arsenal don't prepare for the worst. We hope for the best. That's what we do. If Odegaard gets injured or suspended, we just hope that it doesn't happen. If Saka gets injured, we just hope that Sterling will be able to do the same output that Saka does. If something happens to Havertz, even though I don't even rate him like that, we hope that Jesus will stay fit to the end of the season. These are all situations based on hope, not based on preparation. And you've had 5 years to address that. As a manager, it's not good enough. I've seen this manager tactically be outdone by teams like Sporting Lisbon, Villarreal. This is his heritage, bro. Getting outdone by these teams. Last season, we lost to Fulham. We lost to West Ham in the Cup. We lost to you guys. And I'm not saying
he fixed it in the second half of the season. He did.
Bro,
The run, like in the last
second
6
half of
months
the season, when we're going up against the worst Bayern Munich team that all three of us have ever seen, what was the answer, bro?
But that's Champions League.
Come
that's
on.
different.
No. It does matter, bro.
Champions
Yeah, but
League
it doesn't
is
matter,
different.
bro. You're telling me, I know football's not played on paper. You're telling me that we didn't have a good enough team to be able to beat Bayern Munich?
No,
You definitely had a good enough team to beat Bayern Munich.
Why didn't we? Yeah, because when Mourinho was managing Porto, he was the difference maker in them beating Man United and going on to win the Champions League. Klopp at Liverpool, he's the difference maker to get everything out of Wijnaldum, out of Henderson, out of Milner, out of Salah and all that. So people try to downplay, oh, you just need this player, this player. No, you also need your manager to make the right decisions at the right time in knockout football. And your manager can cost you just as much as a player can.
But I'm not saying you're going to win the Champions League, though. You know,
we're not going to win anything, though.
League, I didn't mention any. I didn't even.
No,
mention
but I'm just saying. What my point is not specifically Champions League, but I'm talking about in knockout stages of football. When do you see this manager out tactic the manager? Conte came
in
into
knockout stages, never. Except the first 6 months.
He's the main reason. He's the main problem with this football club. Conte came into this league, didn't have all this time and money. Yeah, got beat by Arsenal, changed to a back three, and went on to win the league. Klopp, yes, you came close a lot of times. But Klopp, when he went out there, he went and got Van Dijk. He didn't go get Van Dijk 2.0 or a C-Tech Van Dijk. He didn't go and get 6 or 7 different goalkeepers. He got Alisson. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's but Northside, these are more experienced managers, isn't it? And this is why I've said this in the past.
Yeah, they are more experienced.
So they've got more match game experience, so they're more ready to make changes because they're older. But this is the problem for Arsenal. Is like Arsenal are not here to hold Arteta's hand. You get me? Arsenal are not some small team that are willing to grow with Arteta. This is why I always question it. And ultimately, this is a question for Arsenal fans to have. Not me, not Hussam. This is for you guys. But when I speak about it, from my view as an outsider, is Arsenal this massive football club, yeah? And sometimes I feel like you're more interested as a club in developing Arteta as a manager than actually like winning shit. And that's just and again, you know, this is for Arsenal.
No, but I think that's disingenuous, Albi.
No, not disingenuous.
You know why that's disingenuous? And I'll defend Arteta here.
No, it's not disingenuous.
Listen, okay, I'll tell you honestly, this is the season where, and I'm being dead serious right now, I will not flip-flop. Fuck all the context. This is the season right here. If Arteta, forget FA Cup, forget Carabao Cup. If Arteta doesn't win the league or the Champions League, every single Arsenal fan has every right to be Arteta out and say, fuck this manager, he's not good enough. But that doesn't mean I'm going to throw to the shits what he's built over the last 4 or 5 years. Because when he did come in, Arsenal were a shit side, to be fair. And it did take him time to get to this level. Now, this is on him. This is on him 100%. Because I'm agreeing with you guys in terms of Arsenal should have bought a forward. Yes, of course, Arsenal should have bought Gyökeres or Isak or Osimhen or anyone. Like, listen, Galatasaray got Osimhen on loan. You could have gotten Osimhen on loan. Like, don't bullshit me. 100% you could have. So I'm agreeing that yes, okay, they should have gotten a forward. 100%. However, I'm saying this is the season where if Arteta genuinely doesn't win the Prem or the Champs this season, and I know, listen, obviously measuring success using trophies, me and Lee have had that debate before. Northside as well shares, I'm not going to say 100% exact opinion, but similar opinion to Lee. But for me, I'm not saying winning FA Cup or Carabao Cup is enough anymore for Arteta. He needs to be winning one of the big ones. One of the big ones, either UCL or Prem. That's it. None of this FA Cup shit.
If
I don't give a fuck if Arsenal win both
FA Cup or Carabao in the 2
Carabao,
seasons, I'll say yes. But when you're 5 years deep and 800 mil spent, and you've been backed in every decision in this club, when it's to get players out or to bring players in, you were backed for Havertz, you were backed to bring Zinchenko, to bring Jesus, you were backed to get rid of Aubameyang and Ozil. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. And I think what I don't like about my fan base here is they like to talk about, oh, but if we get this player, no, there's 2 problems at Arsenal. One is the squad building. The fact that Lokonga, Nuntavaj have been bought and we're looking at other teams to develop them and they're not good enough to get into the team. Joke. We went through about 3 or 4, 5, probably about almost 6 goalkeepers to get to the main goalkeeper. That's a problem. When you want to complain about you're not oil rich, well, stop wasting money then. Do better or invest more money in your scouting. The fact that we went through about 3 or 4 different left backs, the fact that we keep going in and we're still to this day getting hand-me-downs from Man City or from Chelsea is a joke. We should be moving away from that. When we got Willian, when we got David Luiz, when we got Peter Cech, they were all over the hill. When we got Welbeck, Silvestri, these are all players either not good enough or over the hill. Why are we still continuing this? Why is it that we still got players that we can't move on? I thought we were in phase 5. Yes, we're no longer just ripping up contracts. Why are we under this regime? Why were we still giving contracts to Nketiah and Reece Nelson and players like that? Not a lot has changed, bro. Like there's a lot of, and then when you look at this manager, you look at him in when it counts to get over the line. He's not a difference maker. But then when you look at the elite managers, they're difference makers. Ancelotti, for example, Xavi, £1 billion in debt with Barcelona, wins the league. Wins the league. Wins the league, bro. If Arsenal was £1 billion in debt, we don't have to win the league for the next 55 years. Then you look at Ancelotti, Then you look at Ancelotti. He didn't have a striker. Still manages to win the league. Still managed to win Champions League. He gets over the line. He's the difference maker, even with the deficiencies of the team. Xavi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen is buying on a budget. They've never won the league. He buys the right players and gets over the line. When do we not start making the manager, who he said with Edu on Sky Sports before, we scout the players before? Okay, you know what type of club you're joining. You know that every signing needs to bang because we're not City. We're not as rich as City. We got money. We ain't poor. But we're not that. So what's going on? How is
you asked the question when? I think this season. If he doesn't win,
it has to be this season, bro. It has to be this season. He has to win.
It has to be 100%. And one of the big ones too. No, don't tell me FA Cup, Carabao Cup.
No. The problem is with the FA Cup argument. Is that you're 5 years deep.
Yes.
Do you get me? Yeah. The FA Cup should have been won last year, the year before the Carabao Cups last year, because that's what you do. A manager comes in, he takes over this team, he wants to build the team up, right? And he's saying the team that we've got at the moment isn't capable of winning the Premier League. So what we're going to do, we're going to improve league position, get better, become more competitive, and in that process, you got to pick up some trophies. So this is where Ten Hag's gone wrong, because he's done the trophy bit, but his league position has tanked. That's why
Ten Hag is the opposite of Arteta, like 180 degrees opposite.
Yeah, he's done one. So Arteta's done one bit well in terms of like getting the team up the table, but he's not won anything. Ten Hag's won shit, but the team's going down the table. What you need now, like I say, the thing for the FA Cups was that's what he should have been targeting last year, the year before that, and that also helps build winning.
But he didn't, LB. That's the problem.
No, he didn't. And I
didn't.
said this. I said this at the time when they come to the Etihad Stadium and rotated the back four. Yeah, we beat them in the FA Cup game when they was ahead of us in the league. That was probably one of the biggest mistakes he's ever made. Because if he would have come at the Etihad and won that FA Cup game, could have been different. We beat them then, and I tell you now for a fact, every single City fan after that game knew we could catch them and win the league because we beat them. It's about mentality, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. You know, I really don't understand this thing. And I've got to say as well, Arsenal's mentality is mad weird. Time wasted against Brighton. I've never seen us do that when we got a red card. I've never seen Liverpool do that when they've got a red card, man. Do you get me? Coming to the
we won games while on a red card by attacking.
But this is what I'm saying.
No,
Arteta decided the team should time waste. Raya got booked for time wasting. Why are they not trying to win it?
Arteta has, but that's why I'm telling you, Arteta has the complete opposite philosophy. He's basically trying to defend his way to a league title.
But they were winning. They were drawing.
No, I know. I'm saying
against Brighton. General, it's not too bad if it's against City or Liverpool or like a top team. They were drawing at home against Brighton, and he's. I know he's got 10 men, but taking a draw. I've never seen us do that ever. I remember when we had 10 men against Leeds a few years ago. Yeah, and granted, in that game we actually lost, but there's been other games where we've had 10 men and gone for it and won the game. I think you got a mentality issue at your club as well, and that might just be the fact that Mikel Arteta has never really won a lot as a player, as a manager. He's not really won stuff. Like maybe that's I'm not saying that is the problem, but maybe that is the problem. Like look at Alonso, look at all the stuff Alonso won in his career. I don't know, man. Maybe something to think about. But anyway, I agree with Hussam. I think this is the year. I think if Arteta don't win nothing this year, I think Arsenal fans who still want him in, at that point, I think you're developing the manager more than you are your club. Because at some point, you've got to go, hang on a minute, we're fucking Arsenal Football Club here. Yeah, one of the biggest clubs in world football. Yeah, fair play for Arteta getting us onto second, making us a decent team and that. But we actually need a manager that can take us over the line. That's my view, but again, that's an argument for the Arsenal fans to have, and I'll just sit back and watch it because it's very entertaining.
I don't think it's, to be honest with you, LB, I don't think it's an argument. End of this season, Arteta doesn't win the Champions League.
Come on. Who's been
listen to me, LB.
You don't think Arsenal fans are going to have an argument at the end of the year?
Any top gooner, any waffler at the end of this season, if they haven't won one of the two big ones, at this point, there is no excuses. You're just fucking waffling. Fuck all these dumbass
excuses. There's going to be a lot of them, I guarantee you.
No, people will defend him. You are correct. That doesn't mean they're right.
No, I know they're not right, but this is the point.
They're right. Now, khalas, you have to win, Habibi.
Hussam, the excuses are running dry. Do you know why? They told us last season we had the best defense. That's why we're going to win the league. We didn't win it. Season before that, we're 8 points behind City. Everyone get behind the team. They're going to do it. We didn't. Then they said, "Oh, it takes time. Let him get into the Champions League, and then we're going to be able to get world-class players." We still ain't signed no world-class players.
That's a load of BS, by the way, that whole Champions League shit, yeah. That is a PR narrative spin. 100%. Have you ever seen a team qualify for the Champions League and then like a year, like that season or the season after, just all of a sudden start signing mad stars? Aston Villa got Champions League this year. Well, they signed, they had to sell players because of FFP. That argument might have been legitimate, yeah, when FFP wasn't a thing. When there was no spending rules and that you could literally just spend what you want. That argument now about, oh, now we get Champions League, we've got all this money to spend. It's a lot of BS. And also, players want to join Champions League teams. Yes, they do. But at the end of the day, they also want the pound note, mate. And if you pay them what they want, they'll come to your club regardless. So, you know, that's a PR.
I'm going to call out this guy. This guy's saying I'm folding in front of Northside. I love the fact that I can't win. Because in the chat, some people are accusing me of twerking for Arsenal. And then this guy's like, you're folding in front of Northside. We've literally debated for the last half an hour that I think Arsenal are going to win the league and he doesn't. So how is that me folding? You fucking bozo. I've literally been arguing for 30 minutes that Arsenal
are going to win the league. The thing is, Hussam, yeah, you're saying this.
So fraudulent.
Bro, in 2 weeks' time, they could be 8 points behind us.
Yes, and in 2 weeks from now, they could be 8 points above you. So where do we go from here?
Believe.
They can't be.
Yeah, I mean, a wise man on the channel said believe.
How can they be 8 points ahead of us? Explain that one.
The same way they could be 8 points behind you, they could be 8 points ahead of you.
And then what happened with last time? It was 8 points ahead of them. Okay, we move on. I'm just being negative.
Yeah, bottled it is what happened.
I'm being. You know what? Yeah, and I said this on my channel. Yeah, I said this on my channel. Yeah, if we got the right players, yeah, I'd have more confidence. If we went out there and got a striker, if we went out there and got a quality winger, not a winger on the decline, yeah, that's a hand-me-down, Yeah, a
Have
hand-me-down.
you got any names? Have you got any names? Like what you could have got? Like have you ever thought about who you could have signed? Like
So I wanted Danny Olmo. I would have liked him to
yeah,
compete
that would have
against
been a top player. He was
against
available
Foden.
as well. Maybe you could have got him.
So I wanted Danny Olmo. I wanted to go out there striker-wise. I wanted Isak. And at the end of the day, I'll say this: Arsenal fans weren't complaining about how much it costed to sign Declan Rice. So you can't one time when we get the play over the line, or we don't care about price, and then when we don't, oh, it's too expensive. You weren't saying that for Declan Rice, were you? So you're happy to spend the money there. So get me Isak, get me Olmo, get me. I like Pedro. I wanted Pedro Neto. Yeah,
that would have been nice.
Get me Pedro Neto. And when we sold Nketiah, we would have had money to go get a Dovbyk. You know what I mean? A striker that you don't know if he's good enough for the league, but he.
But you would have signed 2 strikers.
Yeah, I would, yeah, because both the strikers that we got ain't good enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean the thing is, yeah, I'd look at this and go, all right then. I probably would have. How much money you got? Like realistically, you can spend 200 million in it. Arsenal have 200 million to spend. Like you can't tell me not, right? So I probably wouldn't have signed a defender. I think I would have, if I've only got 200 mil, I might have risked a defender, yeah. Or just go and get like some old guy, you know, like 36 guy, like get like a Matt Hummels or someone like
Johnny
that.
Evans.
No, just if you want, if you need a number, just get some old guy and just say, bro, you ain't playing unless like we've got a crisis, yeah. Like, yeah, Isak, someone like that. Osimhen, I think, like a cheaper option, but a player that you could have got, and that would have been interesting
for fucking hell. He would be perfect for.
I think Osimhen would have been a great signing.
But just score goals. But you know why I said the season is an Arteta? Because it came out in the summer, and this is one of the things that Arsenal fans refused to speak about.
Yeah,
it came out in the summer that Arteta trusts Havertz. Habibi, when you trust someone, you pay repercussions. Khalas. It's your decision now. There is no longer. Oh my God, they didn't back him and all the no.
Yeah,
he said he wants Havertz. Now he has to. And to be fair, actually, Havertz ain't even been that bad the first 3 games. The others have been way worse. Like Martinelli's been worse. Odegaard's been worse.
Bro, here's the thing with Havertz, right? Yeah, because obviously last season, if you look at the second half of the season, the guy was slamming it. Like I'm looking at it now. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 goals, right? 9 goals, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you got 15 goals and assists in the last 16 games. That's not my problem with him. The problem with him is that big moment, yeah? That big moment, is he going to take the chance? I mean, you've seen it against Brighton. He had the big moment when it was 1-1 in like the 75th minute.
Champions League final.
Yeah, but bro, come on, man. That's not the same, Brev. Yeah, but what are you doing here? You shameless merchant. Yeah? Nah. No, that's my point.
LB, what is your best moment as a City fan? What is the moment that you'll tell your kids, you'll tell your grandkids, you talk about even now?
93-20, Brev. 93-20 Aguero goal, innit?
To do what?
To win the league, innit?
Right. Hussam, same question.
For me, Istanbul always. 2005 Champions League against AC Milan by far.
And how old were the both of you at those times when those things happened? Your happiest
Istanbul,
moment?
I was 10.
I was 18.
18. How old are you the last time your teams won silverware?
It was about a month ago.
Year, 28.
Last year. I don't know, man. Yeah.
So I haven't heard LB or Hussam say the last time the happiest moment is when we pushed all the way. I didn't hear Hussam say, with Rodgers, when we pushed, let's not let it slip. And then we let it slip, but we went all the way.
Wanted to bring that up, man.
You know what I'm saying? No, because I want to make a point, bro. Like people always say, oh, you're negative, you're angry, you're this and that. Bro, nobody's happiest moment is when their club is nearly. It's always when we win. We won a Champions League, won a Premier League. We went over the line. We did it. Those are your happiest moments. The last time my happiest moment is 2004. I was 13 years old. We won the league. Invincible. That's the last time. And people are asking me why I'm annoyed. Everybody else
have the right to be annoyed.
I think you have the right to be annoyed.
Why should I be happy winning nothing, bro? What fan out there says my happiest moments when we won nothing or we didn't get over the line?
Because you're making progress, bro. Because you're making progress, isn't it? And you know what it is.
One of the things about me, and you know this, we've spoken about this. I've never been one of those guys who goes like, yo, Northside, as soon as Arsenal lose, yalla, invite Northside. Northside came on my channel last year, probably like 3 months in a row with LB. We used to do a show like every Tuesday. And it was like literally Arsenal kept winning. But I respect where Northside is coming from. And if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be closer to Northside's opinion. So I understand why he's a lot more annoyed. I understand why he's pissed off. I get it completely. That's why for me, at the end of this season, I don't think there should be any top gunner left if you didn't win like one of the two big ones.
There will be a lot.
There will be, but then it's just over. It's over.
No, I'll tell you why I think there will be is because they don't want to go back to being the banter club. But this is where this is a compliment, right? When I say this, yeah, this is where Arsenal fans have to believe that their club has changed. And actually, if you do get rid of Arteta, you're not going to go back to the banter eras. And just for the record, I don't think they would go back to the banter eras. Now, if you get rid of Arteta and get a new manager in, is there a risk that you could get worse? Yes, there is a risk that you could get worse, right? You could get a manager in and it could actually be worse than Arteta, right? But if you're not winning anything, then surely you have to take that risk. And before you bring in a new manager, you make sure you've done your scouting, you make sure that he's right, you look at the players that you've got, look at the manager, is this manager going to work? You do all that, you do as much due diligence as you possibly can. But the fact is, if you're not winning anything and you've got a team that should really be winning something, like at least the domestic cups at the bare minimum, you can't just go on forever finishing second and be like, we're not going to change him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Listen, me personally, and this is my opinion, I've been on YouTube 3 years. Everyone knows in the chat, I'm an honest man. I state my honest opinions. We can disagree, but I'm not necessarily revoking anything that Northside is saying or LB is saying. I just think personally Arsenal will win the league because of their defense. That's my honest logic regarding it. I think their defense got stronger, and that's it. But we shall see. You could be right. I could be right. Now, if you're right, listen, I'll be honest with you. Anyone still backing the manager after this season, you have problems. Like you have to just fully fucking turn because it's just too much. Anyway, let me do a couple of these super chats before we move on to Liverpool, final topic of the day. So we get their opinions on my football club. We get me, which is always interesting. I like to see the rivals' perspective on my football club. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. There's 1,000 people in here. Let's get to 400, 500 likes ASAP. Big up to everyone who's shown us love in the chat as well. Every super chatter, everyone in the chat. Big up to Sideline Football Show says, I predict that Arsenal will be choked this year due to more games, and us, Liverpool, will have fewer injuries than last season. It will be interesting. You know, Northside maybe might not realize this, obviously, because he supports his club. I support my club. But the similarities between Liverpool and Arsenal fans, people just don't realize. You see the stuff you were saying about Nwaneri? There is a youngster pre-season, Trey Nyoni. They spent 3 months doing Trey Nyoni prop in midfield. 3 Premier League games, he has not had a single minute in 3 Premier League games. You don't understand how fucking similar we are, like in terms of fan bases. Like it's the same shit, bro. Like Trey Nyoni is gonna be the next fucking guy. Look how amazing he is in preseason. 3 Premier League games, not a single minute. He did not even fucking come on, bro. He did not do shit. Like, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Big up to you, Sideline Football Show. Big up to Tyler and Toka for the super chats. You get me? This is their way of telling me I'm twerking for Arsenal. They start throwing dollar bills, basically. Fucking fraud. I like how one part of the chat, you're twerking. The other part, you're folding. Habibi, choose. Which one is it? Big up to Khalid says, have CB join the stream to represent Chelsea. My brother, if Chelsea win the league, I will dye my hair blue. And I will sing a Chelsea song continuously for an hour in a Chelsea shirt. And I will stand up and I will do a dance in front of everyone. That's how confident I am. That's not going to fucking happen. I'm not even going to get top 4.
No, don't bother wasting your time clipping that.
Don't bother, man. Man said Chelsea to win the league. Well, I have some shame. The massive club that hadn't won anything major in 2 decades before Arteta is now serious. Don't ever let anyone tell you GCSEs aren't important. I have no idea what this means, to be honest with you.
The massive club that hadn't won anything major in 2 decades before Arteta. I think they're saying that we shouldn't be calling Arsenal a massive club. I think that's what they're saying.
You're saying we shouldn't call Arsenal?
I think that's what I think that because they're basically saying because it's got massive. So he's saying why are you saying massive for a club that's not won anything in two decades?
Listen, because that's for me personally, history matters. You can't just become a big club overnight.
And size of fan base as well.
Yeah, of course. That all matters. Arsenal are the 3rd biggest club.
Yeah, but Saint Etienne used to be the most decorated club in Ligue 1, the most titles. Who is Saint Etienne now?
They're shit now. I think they're 20th in Liga, actually. So, yeah, I keep an eye on that league because my Jordanian baller plays for Montpellier. Big up to Mr. Big up to Faisal Ali who says Rodri 3-month injury, City loses title. Simple. But I will say, Faisal, I don't think that's a realistic thing. Like, you notice how when I was talking about Arsenal, at least I mentioned the defense, which is a logical argument. Because in reverse, Saka 3-month injury, Arsenal top 4 race. So we cannot do this, brother. You get me? Salah 3-month injury, God forbid. I don't want any of these players injured. Then Liverpool are also in a top 4 race. So yeah. Big up to Fan Reactions Football Club who says, love the new setup. Hussam looks great. Yes. So now you can clip me up in HD. Habibi, you get me? Clip me up anytime we concede a goal or score a goal or whatever it is. Fucking frauds. I got clipped up in Colombia. There are Colombians after me. Big up to Denzel who says, I blame Edu. By the way, guys, I don't even know if you realize, but I'm not even joking. There are actually Colombian YouTubers clipping me up because of my DMs. Fucking like actual I'm on their thumbnails now. I blame Edu for these transfers. I wouldn't blame Arteta for that. The fact that we have 180 million to spend is a disgrace. A disgrace. Here's the thing, Denzel. The reason why you should blame Arteta, in my opinion, is because it came out in the summer from reliable Arsenal journalists that he trusts Havertz. So you cannot speak about both sides of your mouth. He either trusts Havertz or doesn't trust him. If he didn't trust him, he could have signed the striker.
Just cook them both, because at the end of the day, yeah, you don't know who's to blame properly. Like, what about if Edu? You don't know if Edu was saying to Arteta, "Oh, go get," and Arteta went, "Nah, I'm fine." You don't know if Arteta was asking it. Said so for me, at the end of the day, they work in tandem. Yeah, I know he's a sporting director. He's the one that gets the players. But listen, if Arteta was like, I just cook them both. If I was an Arsenal fan, probably easier way, isn't it?
Same. Too much loyalty for employees. Loyal to my club is what DJ Madrid says. No, I hear that. That is fair. 100%. If he was at Madrid, he would have got sacked. Let me just put it that way. Ain't no processes over there, you know? Sack him if we don't win it. Hero if he wins it. But you see, now I respect this. I respect this opinion because at least you're saying if he doesn't win this season, sack him. I respect that shit. But don't come to me this season also if he didn't win it. Oh my God, we came close. There is no more we came close. Khalas. This season, win it or you're just not good enough. Big up to Hussam's fan as well who sends in the £1 super chat. Big up to you. Big up to Muhammad Drami says, Northside is right. I've never seen Arsenal lift the Prem because I was born in 03. If Arteta doesn't deliver, he needs to go. No more process BS. Listen, I agree. I agree with that as well. Regardless of me and Northside disagreeing on who we predict to win the league, I'm sticking to if Arteta doesn't win it this season, the excuse jar has run out, Habibi. You get me?
If he wins it, I'm Arteta in, and I'll go on anyone's channel that asks me to go in, and I'll be celebrating. Because ultimately, all I want is my club to win. But when I can see things, any fan, when you see things that you think, nah, they ain't good enough, you're going to talk about it. You're not going to do the copium. If Liverpool haven't done enough, Hassam's not going to sit here and say, we're favourites for the league. There's a reason why he's not saying that. There's a reason he's not, we're favourites for the league. Well, I don't believe you. Maybe you think you do. I don't
know. No. Hell no. We're going to finish third. I ain't involved in this shit. We're going to fall off in February or November, one of those 2 months. Anyway, speaking of Liverpool, perfect segue. Final segment, you get me? I don't want to keep LB for too long. Not like he's going to analyze England for a whole hour, you get me? He might analyze them for 45 minutes or something. He'll stick with us a little bit. Make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing. LB's channel is in the description, go subscribe. Northside's channel is in the description, go subscribe. Get us to 500 likes as we're live. Chat, you know my opinions on Liverpool, so it's better we get the rival opinion on Liverpool. Northside, you get me? I'll start with you on the Liverpool section. What do you think of my club? My club, shout out Deji, my club this season. What do you think?
Muted, bro.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think you guys are doing good. I actually think your performances, your 2 previous games before the Man United game was your best performances that I've seen so far this season. I think against Man United, you didn't have to be on top level. You didn't need to be, you know. And I said this on my channel. Some Liverpool fans got upset, and I'm like, it's a compliment, bro. You didn't have to get out of second gear to beat Man United. I think you guys have performed well. At times, I feel like you play a controlled style of football. Then you do the counter. From what I can see, I think the fact that he's getting a tune out of Diaz is an improvement. I think the fact that you're playing Jota up front instead of with somebody like Darwin Núñez, I think you should continue with that because I don't see Darwin Núñez justifying starting every game. I think Gravenberch is looking better in this system. I think he's playing better in this system. Is more effective. So I think your manager's actually getting more out of players that under Klopp and Klopp's system weren't looking as good. So I think that's a positive. The way that you're playing football as well is not as predictable. There's one thing being predictable, there's another thing stopping you. But it's not as predictable as it was before. It's not all gun-ho football, just running at 100 miles an hour. Sometimes you guys want to play ball and actually kick it around. And I do still think the only thing that's let you guys down so far, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with the way that the team is playing. The only thing I would say if I was a Liverpool fan, you needed a DM in terms of scouting. I think Slobberslide as a 10. I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans on my chat telling me, oh, it's because of, he runs around. But I think as a creator, I don't really rate him that highly, if I'll be completely honest. I think he leaves a lot to be desired as a 10. But he's doing a job, but I don't really rate him that highly. I think you could have got a 10. You could have got a DM. You could have got a centre-back. And I think Robertson needs an upgrade. Some Liverpool fans said to me on my chat, yeah, but Robertson's been playing well in the last couple of games. What are you talking about? Robbo, he's still good. I'm like, bro, you played Brentford and you played Ipswich. These are not the games that you're going to see the deficiencies of Robertson, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So I think in terms of scouting, you could have done better. I don't know if Arnie Slot is part of the scouting, if it's just onto your sporting director. I don't know. I'm not a Liverpool fan. But in terms of the football that he's producing on the pitch, I think you guys are playing well. I think you guys are playing.
Can I ask you a question, since I know you watch a little bit of the Portuguese league?
Yeah.
Regarding the DM situation, don't you think Varela is similar to Zubimendi? Alan Varela from Porto?
Yeah, he is similar. Yeah, he's a decent player. He's a decent player.
I wanted us to get him when the Zubimendi thing fell through. I'm like, guys, he's literally Zubimendi 2.0. I don't know why we're sitting on our ass. Like, Zubimendi said, no, okay, Habibi, go get Varela. Here, you get the Portuguese league confirmation right there. I told you I know ball, chat. You fucking frauds. Go ahead, Northside.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think the way that you're playing football, I think you're playing well. Now it's down to your scouting. I think your manager is getting you lot playing better. He's, like I said, he's improving players under the last system. Maybe it was a system thing that under this system, where it's not just gun-ho all the time, you're getting better out of Diaz and Gravenberch and players like that. Even more out of Slabberslide. Even though I don't think he's amazing, I think he looks better in this system than he did playing under Klopp's system. Everybody, that's not a dig at Klopp. It just is what it is. Certain players suit different systems. It is what it is. But I think there's nothing really. The only thing I would be not happy about, like I said, is the scouting, is the lack of transfers, the lack of support for your manager. That's the only thing that I would say when it comes to Liverpool. But the way that you're playing, I still think it's early to be saying that he's the savior and he's the guy that's going to take you to the next level. I think it's way too early, so I'm not going to say that. But from what I've seen, I think you guys are calm. I think you guys are doing all right. Gakpo's coming on, looking decent. You got players coming off the bench. Connor Bradley coming on, looking good as well. I think so far, looks like the players brought into the new manager, and it looks like certain players that the question marks over them are looking better, bro. I can't lie. So yeah.
LB, Liverpool.
Disgraceful transfer window. Absolute disgrace. And shambolic, really. You know what I mean? I can't believe that you spent 13 million quid on Chiesa as your.
Damn. Wow. Wow, that was the same hacker that released the City emails, LB. My man, mid-talking, just fucking disappeared. Hi,
Bro,
LB. Welcome back to the stream.
I'm saying something bad about your football club, innit?
I swear I didn't even touch anything. I was literally fucking smoking.
Yes, I'm here saying your club shit, and then all of a sudden I just mysteriously.
I'm literally smoking.
Listen. No, I'm smoking, yeah, not me, bro. Bro, yeah, come on.
Wallahi, I didn't remove you.
You want me to believe? You want me to believe that I said something bad about your club and then just mysteriously get kicked off the street?
I swear to Allah, I did not remove you. Wallahi, I did not remove you.
Chat, what do we think here? Yeah, well, I just think it's just a bit sus, bro. Yeah, timing on that was mad. But yeah, I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, your transfer window is a disgrace. Your transfer window is an absolute disgrace. Shambolic. You should all be FSG out, which I know most of you are anyway.
Yes.
And yeah, you'll probably come third, maybe second. I think you've got a chance of coming second, but I don't think you've got enough to win the league. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, yeah. If Haaland gets injured, not good for City, but we can still win the league. Yeah. If Salah gets injured, dusted. It's over, done.
Yep.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not.
And I'm wrong. There's factual information, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you are literally just relying on him. Not just relying. That's a little bit harsh. But, like, if he gets injured, you're dusted. You ain't winning the league. No way. Not a chance. So, like, you've got to keep him fit. You've got to manage his minutes proper. But, yeah, man, I think it's a shambolic transfer window. The lack of a DM signing. Everyone's raving about Gravenberg. He's done all right in a couple of games he's played. But I still think when you're playing the bigger teams, the better teams, I still think you're going to suffer for not having a DM in there. No new defenders brought in as well. Poor. And I think I still don't rate a lot of your players. I still don't rate Nunes. Don't rate him. I know he's not in favour at the moment, but I don't rate him. Gakpo, nah. I'm not a fan of Diaz personally, but he's actually started the season off quite well, so fair play. Maybe you can get a tune out of him. Zabozo, I still think the jury's out on him. Is he going to be at the levels required? So I just think that it's disappointing from a Liverpool point of view that you've not spent any money, man. Nah, facts, that is true. But you know what I mean? I just think you've got quite a lot of players there that I don't actually rate, you know. But we'll see, man. I think you'll be all right for third because of Salah. You know, if he can cook, I as well think, right, is this manager really going to go through his first season year and not have, like, any down periods? Like, that would be pretty mad if he does that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like he's a trash manager. I'm just saying if he comes in his first year and doesn't go through like a month where it's looking a bit rocky, couple of losses, couple of draws, that, you know, that 1 month could just take you out the league title. So yeah, for me, I think you're third, second. I don't think you're going to drop out the top four, but I don't think you've got enough for the league. And I agree with the super chat right at the start of the show. I think your best chance of success this year is the Cups and Champions League. Because
I'm
one-off
really
game.
excited. I'm really excited for this season. For the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm excited for. That's the only thing we could fucking win. Listen, give me Charlton Athletic, give me Coventry City, give me Stockport, give me Salford, give me all these shit clubs you get me so we can win this one of the domestic. Because for me, listen, I know where my club is. You get me? Wait, winning shit this season. That's serious. That's just the reality of the situation. We haven't signed anyone. So glad LB called it out as it is. Listen, both these guys spitting facts on Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool did not do shit this season in the transfer window. We did not sign a DM. You get me? Which was, listen, 2 years ago, Chouameni. Last year, Caicedo. This summer, Zubimendi. You cannot now suddenly tell me Gravenberg is going to be the next Rodri and I'm supposed to buy that shit. Gravenberg is doing really well, but we still need a DM. We still need someone to play in that position. We definitely, you know, listen, we needed a centre back. We needed a left back. I agree completely on Robertson. I think Robertson is like sixth best left back in the league now. I would definitely take a lot of players over Robertson at this moment in time. So I agree with that as well. I don't think he's good enough anymore. And listen, this is the percentages that I went with. This is likelihood. I went City 50%, Arsenal 35%. Actually, sorry, Arsenal 40%, Liverpool 10%. I kept it without any five.
I thought you said you said Arsenal are going to win the league.
No, I'm saying likelihood. Likelihood versus predictions are two different things. I'm saying City are more likely to win the league, but I'm predicting.
Let me explain this. I'll explain this once before you guys start.
I'm going to be quiet in case you kick me off the stream again. Go
on. 1 second. Let me just explain this.
I'll mute myself.
There's the difference between likelihood and predictions. City are more likely to win the league, but I predict Arsenal will win the league because of their defense. So I've made my logic clear, to be honest with you. I think our chance is 10%. I think we have a way smaller chance than Arsenal. We have a way smaller chance than Man City. The reason for that is, you know, LB, it's funny we're talking about caveats. City need Haaland to stay fit to win the league. Arsenal need Saka and Odegaard to stay fit to win the league. Liverpool need Salah to stay fit, and Van Dijk to stay fit, and Trent to stay fit, and Alisson to stay fit, and both Gravenberg and McAllister to stay fit. Diaz to remember how to score goals the rest of the season as well. Darwin Núñez to make some form of impact off the bench. We need like about 15 fucking caveats for us to win the league. This is how Liverpool win the league. Arsenal catastrophically fall off. Manchester City catastrophically fall off, and we're just there, innit? Like we're there, like one of the third best team in the league, and we fucking pounce. You know, we're like a leopard waiting in the fucking tree. The lion hunts the gazelle. The lion and tiger are fighting. They both kill each other, and then the leopard goes, takes the gazelle. That's the only way we win the fucking league. And I'm just being honest. Listen, I get the Liverpool fans are excited. Everyone's giddy. We won 3 games in a row. There is so many questions yet to be answered. There is questions about depth, and there is questions about injuries. I mean, Kwanzaa, who the manager said it wasn't just him who was shit in that game. Konate came on. Konate is made from Weetabix. Northside was making Jota prop. Jota is made from Weetabix. So it's only a matter of time before Dahmer starts in this team again. And here we go again. Guys, do you know that this season, we didn't have a single offside? Not a single offside until Darwin Núñez came on. He registered the team's first fucking offside. And Darwin Núñez has registered an offside and a big chance missed already before registering a goal or an assist. Imagine. Big chance missed.
Yeah, he's trash, man. He's absolutely
trash. Let me just give you a quick number. Darwin Núñez, 2 years at Liverpool Football Club, has had...
Muted, bro. Muted, bro.
He had 60 big chances created for him. Big chances. Not chances, not half chances. Big chances. You know, out of those 60, how many he scored? 13. He has missed 47 big chances and scored 13 out of fucking 60. And it gets worse. Because after the big chance he missed this season already, it's 48 big chances missed and 13 scored.
Yeah.
So it's going to be long for me, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm an injury away from crisis in terms of winning a league title. I ain't going to win. We're not going to win the league. We're just the leopard in the tree. And in case the lion and you know, the tiger stop fighting, the leopard will come steal the gazelle and pull it up to the tree. That's the only way. The truth of the matter is we need to strengthen this window. We need about 3 signings. You sign no legs, Chiesa, and a goalkeeper for 2 years from now. Imagine it's like the 2 positions you need the least. Like, it makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It genuinely makes no sense. Like, forward line was and goalkeeper. Alisson Becker is a fucking keeper. He could play till he's 30 fucking 5. Like, he's a goalkeeper, bro. And he's one of the best, if not the best goalkeeper. I mean, who else is on Alisson's level in world football? Alisson and Courtois, he's unbelievable. You know, so both of that, but I wouldn't have signed a goalkeeper personally. And yeah, we shit the bed in this transfer window. We absolutely shit the bed.
You know as well. Just quickly, yeah, I have a little bit of a theory as well about this Zubimendi thing. Yeah,
tell me.
Clearly, your club didn't want to sign anyone this summer, really, because they only signed like 2 players, one of which they loaned out. One was 13 million. Apparently, this Zubimendi's rejected like 3 big other teams in the past. I look at this and go, did they just like say, "Oh, we'll pretend to go for Zubimendi, but he'll reject us," and then they'll just be like, "There's nothing that we can do, but we tried."
My thing is, I hear what you're saying, but it's negative PR, not positive PR, because
it's like we tried to get someone, but he turned us down. There's nothing we can do.
I hear that. They do like this try hard stuff.
This is a possibility, to be fair. I'm not denying it, but I do think that we wanted to get him in. And listen, Sociedad changed his opinion with the PowerPoint presentations and shit, and the paella and the mountains of San Sebastian. You get me? Sociedad lost to Deportivo. Hold that, Zubimendi. You have made an enemy forever, you motherfucker. I'll be watching Sociedad games this season, praying on your downfall. But there is a possibility that Zubimendi ends up a Liverpool player next summer. I don't think that saga is over, to be honest with you. But there's a bigger issue for me. We have went back on what made us successful. Do you guys know that Werner was plan A, but Jota was plan B? Would you rather have Jota or Werner in your team?
Jota, obviously.
Yeah.
And he was plan B? He was literally plan B. So, like, for me, I don't believe in this either plan A or nothing. That's genuinely what's costing us the most. You cannot be a plan A or nothing club. And I think Liverpool are arrogant. Liverpool think we're better than everyone else. Liverpool think we're Real Madrid. We're not Real Madrid. We're too arrogant. We haven't won a league title in 5 years now, almost. We haven't won a Champions League in almost 6 years. Liverpool have been fucking up the careers of 4 world-class players that have been playing with us for the last 4 years. Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, and Mo. Like, you know, Mo... How can I argue for Mo being like a Premier League GOAT as an example, or one of the best, or whatever it is, if he's only on 1 league title, but it's not his fault? Like, no one here will say Mo Salah's not a right-winger level Premier League winning right-winger. He is. But unfortunately, you have to surround that spine with unbelievable players, and we haven't fucking done that. And for me, it's funny when discussing the Arsenal window, like we're saying Moreno and Calafiore, I fucking signed Chiesa, you guys. You know, like I fucking signed Chiesa. You know, like me and Northside wanted steak. He got a burger and fries. Me, I got mushy peas. You get me? So like, let's not even like. There's a massive difference here. Let's not fucking sit up here and waffle. I got Chiesa in 2020 fucking 4. He's made from Weetabix, and I've got a goalkeeper that's gonna join me 2 years from now, so it doesn't fucking make a difference.
Bro, your
My
club
life
was
right now
fasting, bro.
anyway.
Bro, your club was
I didn't
fasting.
improve this team whatsoever.
Your club was fasting, bro. Yeah, that's what your club was
I
doing.
got fucking I got mushy peas on my plate. Go fuck yourself. We ain't winning shit this season, man. We ain't winning shit. Listen, Carabao Cup it is, FA Cup it is. At the end of the season, I'm gonna shit on all the clubs who didn't win a trophy and be like, I'm the Carabao Cup champion, motherfucker. Let's fucking go. Campione del Mundo Carabao Cup. Let's go, bro. Let's fucking go. World champions of the Carabao Cup, man. That's who we are. So listen, LB on Northside, share my opinions because it's fucking obvious. Liverpool didn't sign anyone. We ain't gonna do shit this season. Slot is gonna face tests. And I don't know if you guys saw our run in October to end of October till end of November, but that run is a run from hell. I'll end it on this. Let me just read you the run, and then we'll end the stream after. This is the run, right? Late October to November. We've got Chelsea at home, Leipzig away, Arsenal away, Brighton at home, Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Newcastle away, Merseyside derby. All in a fucking row. Go ahead. Yes, guys, we're gonna win the league,
bro. Enjoy the Europa League next season, bro. Yeah, that's
fuck you guys, man. We're fucking destroyed this season. We're fucking destroyed. It is what it is. Third place it is though, because we're not as shit as the clubs below us.
Yeah, that's the thing, innit? Like, the one thing that we can say is that we are just all three of us are massively clear of the rest of the bums in this league.
100%. Like, I don't think Spurs, Villa, United, or Chelsea threaten me, so I'm just gonna sit here in third, comfy.
You've actually got quite a stress-free season ahead of you, bro. Because like no one really expects Liverpool to win the league. Even the Champions League's like is a stretch, given that you got a new manager.
I need you to beat Madrid for me to win the Champions League.
What?
I would back us against you in a Champions League scenario. I would not back us against Real Madrid.
Oh, right, got you. Right.
There is a possibility we could beat you UCL, but Madrid, nah. If we'll see.
Are you happy with this manager so far? I know it's only 3 games in. I know it's very early for managers just came in. Are you happy with Sam?
Yes. 3 games, 9 points, 3 clean sheets, which is also massive. Improving defensively. However, it's as you guys know. Listen, Ange Postecoglou came in at the start, cooked. Nuno Santo came in at the start, even for Tottenham Hotspur, cooked. Now, I realize we're not Tottenham, we have world-class players, so we aren't really going to fall off, but we will trip at some point in time this season. And I'm interested to see Slot's reaction. Like, what does Slot do after our first loss, after our first draw, after our first disappointing result? I'm willing to see that. Now, listen, when Slot was first announced, I had a very emotional reaction as a football fan. It's normal because I wanted Xabi Alonso, because Xabi Alonso fucking invents tactics. Like, if you watch Leverkusen, this guy making new shit on the football pitch that we haven't seen before. He's fucking inventing stuff. So I think Xabi Alonso, like long term, 3-4 years solid, we'd won the Premier League, we'd won the Champions League, we'd done a whole lot of stuff. But I think genuinely, Xabi Alonso probably had a conversation with our owners and they told him about the budget and how he can spend. And he's like, nope, you can go fuck yourself. That's honestly what I think. So, yeah. But listen, I like Slot so far, but it's a very small sample size. It's 3 fucking games. I'm not gonna be reactionary.
It's better than Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Sorry? It's better than Ten Hag.
Wow.
LB just wants problems, He didn't need to say it.
What's going on? Wow, he's better than Ten Hag. Clapping emojis in the chat. You started another season. You tried to gaslight again, LB. Don't you dare fucking gaslight me again.
Wait, I don't get it. What you saying? He's not better than Ten Hag.
Is that the levels now? Better than Ten Hag? Wow.
No, the point that I'm making is I've watched 3 Liverpool games and I'm already saying that he's better than Ten Hag after 3 Liverpool games.
I would have said that after pre-season. That's not difficult, you fraud.
Yeah, anyway, to be fair, I didn't watch Liverpool pre-season, innit? Yeah, I mean, he actually looks like he has tactics, and when he speaks, you actually want to listen to what he's saying, innit? When Ten Hag's, you just like, who the fuck is this guy? Switch this guy off the TV, man. But like I say, this guy actually, I like listening to him, innit?
No, I didn't, because
LB, you're disrespecting, bro. Ten Hag said he's the second best manager in the league, bro. 2 cups.
Yeah, that guy's a master waffler, man. I heard, honestly, mate. Yeah, that guy knows how to talk That guy knows how to talk, man. 100%.
He need media training.
Did you see that reporter that was pressing him? Yeah, he's never going to be able to get in the press conference again, bro. That was too much heat.
Nah, but no, we need more journalists like this, man.
But they don't promote that here, though, LB. In Portugal, they do that. Spain, they do that. Here, they don't like that.
No. That's why when they go in there, the first questions they ask are about injuries and shit. I mean,
did you see the Arteta one on Sky Sports? He said to him, Arteta, you're a good-looking manager. You got a good-looking team. You know, the PR team, they got an easy job. What? That is the question, bro. Sky Sports. Big Sky Sports, you know?
This is what I'm saying, though, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Why are these journalists not asking serious football questions, man? Half of them just go in there and say, "Oh, is this player back from injury?" Why you need to go all the way to the press conference to ask him that? You know what I mean? Just send an email, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need to do. Like, well, I don't get it, man. They need to be in there saying, "Why have you done this? Why have you done this? Like, what are these tactics for? What are these?" But they just don't do that, man.
I like that though. I like that about like that interviewer. Like it was like, yeah, he just named the mistakes. Fucking love that shit housery right there. And by the way, Sean, I didn't take it the wrong way. I've been working with LB long enough. I know when he's trying to do something like a little fraud. I know when he's trying to do backhand.
Nah, legit, bruv. I actually didn't mean to.
You are a fraud. You are a fraud.
No.
I know exactly how you operate.
Oh, again. No,
Fuck you, LB. I know exactly what you're doing there.
Nah, bro. You took it the wrong way, man.
You're a fraud. You're a fraud. Let me just read the super chats before we get out of here. Big up to Sam who says, Sam, you know how this works. If he doesn't win, he should be sacked. It ain't that hard. What club goes 5 seasons without winning anything? Hala Madrid is what Sam said. Nah, I agree with you. And even as people are calling me, I'm twerking for Arsenal, I'm agreeing completely with the other side. This season, he doesn't deliver one of the two big boys. He should, like, everyone genuinely, and I know this won't happen in the words of Helby. I agree with him. It's not gonna happen. But the reality, everyone should be Arteta up that exact second. The exact second the final whistle goes to the last game of the season, and Arsenal have not lifted one of the two big ones. This one right here, you get me? This one right here, the UCL or the Premier League. Then yeah, it has to be curtains. It has to be curtains for Arteta. Anyway, guys, this has been one hell of a stream. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel your way out. We have hit 35.4K. Thank you guys so much. The road to 35.5K and then 36K continues. Northside LDN is in the description. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to LB's channel. As a matter of fact, don't go anywhere because this stream is going to take you to more LB where he is going to be streaming England against Ireland. You get me? So go watch that as well with LB. I will be in that chat. Yeah, I'm sorry. I cannot stream those games as well. I'm not, yeah. Trent, I love you too much. I love you too much to respect England. Love you guys.
Trent is playing.
Yeah. And yeah, we see you guys on the other side, man. Go spam LB's chat with 115 to get his chat rate up. You get me? Spam it in his chat. I'll see you guys, man.